So if you're struggling to get people to come through to your show houses, if you're struggling to attract leads to show interest into your show houses, listen very carefully. So in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through a very simple strategy that you can start utilizing to start attracting more quality leads to your show houses. Because let's face it, many of you guys are doing the same old traditional, same old, and expecting to get different results. That's the definition of insanity, right? So let's jump straight into it. So first things first, guys, let's go through what we typically see most agents do, okay? So first things first, what most agents do is, let me actually open this up. Okay, so this is what most agents do, right? From a traditional side. Okay, put the line there. All right, most agents, what do? They put up boards and signs. Okay. What else do they do? Some agents utilize word of mouth. Okay. Then you have certain agents who would, for example, put posts on social media. Okay. They would put a story on WhatsApp. Okay, or they would broadcast it, which you don't want to do. And what I've also noticed how certain agents do is they would put their listing or the show house on Marketplace on Facebook. As an example. These are typically the traditional aspects of what most agents would do from a traditional side. Now, here's my issue with this approach, okay? Is that number one, it's not predictable, okay? And there's no control. So what do I mean by it's not predictable and there's no control? Here's the thing, guys. If I put up boards and signs, there is no predictability of me knowing who actually saw those boards, who actually saw those signs, what age group, at what particular time, okay? So it's not predictable in the sense of, I know if I put up boards, I'm going to get 5,000 people who fit my description of the homeowner, who qualifies for the home, potentially, to come and see the home, right? Or to see the board, or to see the sign, or to see the ad, okay? So it's not predictable, there's no control. Word of mouth, okay? It is predictable more from the perspective of you can go and tell your friends about it and ask them to go and tell their friends, but even that has no predictability because you don't even know if your friends or your family or your associates are actually going to spread the word of mouth, okay? Then we've got posts on social media, which I absolutely hate with my whole entire life. Why? Because most of you guys just put up a picture, hey, I'm hosting a show house, and then that's all you put on your page, all right? There's a very high chance that you're not going to get any views on that because people are sick and tired of seeing listings all the time because how many other agents are doing the exact same thing? And number two, there's no control. What I mean by predictability, there's no control and no predictability from a perspective of if I said, hey, what if you wanted to get 1,000 views on that picture, right? There's no predictability. You can't control that, right? You have to like cross your fingers, cross your toes, and hope that it's gonna get traction, and hope that it's gonna get views, and hope that it's going to get engagement. That's the issue with just posting a listing or your picture on social media on your page. And then you can do a story on WhatsApp. So if you put your story on WhatsApp, so what I mean by that is, let's say you hosting your show house and you're putting that on WhatsApp. I mean, look, there is some sort of predictability. So what do I mean by that is if you know that you're getting 20 views on your WhatsApp stories, okay, then you know if you post your listing, you're gonna get 20 views. But those 20 views is their control. Okay, do you know exactly that this is these are potential homeowners from this age to this age who've been looking for property? No. All right, it could be just friends and family who are just looking at your post or your story because they have nothing else to do and they bored. All right, and it's the same thing that I see with broadcast messages. Yes, you can broadcast it, sending it over to your database, which is great. That's amazing. But now there's no predictability, more from the perspective of depending on your database size, all right, and people that click on it, it's very difficult to consistently predict the amount of people that are actually going to be clicking on it and showcasing interest every single time, all right? Yes, the first email might do very well, but what's gonna happen consistently when you do it all the time? There's no predictability, and there's also on top of that, no control, okay? Because now you have to hope that your show house gathers attention. You also have to hope that your database is already in the market to purchase a home, for example. And then there's also the marketplace. So marketplace is when you, for example, posting it, let's say you're posting on Facebook Marketplace, the buy and sell side of things. Again, there's still no predictability or control because you cannot control or predict the amount of leads that you're gonna get and the right quality of leads that are coming back to you, which is the reason why I don't like traditional side, okay? Which is why you shouldn't be focusing on that. Instead, your core focus should be doing more things from the modern side of things, okay? So what do I mean by the modern side of things? Guys, you can utilize, for example, artificial intelligence like AI to bring in more predictability, okay, and control. So what do I mean by that? The beauty, and one of the things that I love about AI, guys, is that you can run targeted ads. Okay, so what do I mean by targeted ads? All right, so let's say, for example, your show house is in Hyde Park. Okay, now we have more predictability. Why? Because let's say, for example, people looking to purchase in Hyde Park are typically people that live in, let's say, Sandhurst and let's say Bryanston. Okay, for example, let's say this is your overall market. What we now can do from a predictability side of things is that we can tell the system, all right, cool, we essentially want to get eyeballs on my show house. So let's say you like, okay, look, I want to at least get about 20,000 eyeballs, okay, on my show house. We can even break it down to age range. Let's say you want people from the ages of 50 plus, people who've been looking at property in the last 60 days, okay? You can even upload your database onto the system for them to see your ad, okay? So we'll call that's called a custom audience. Check out my other videos where I break this down in detail, okay? So that's the nice side that I like about that from a predictability side of things. What the system will also now do is that it's going to tell you, all right, cool, with these 20,000 eyeballs, we know that we will typically get about, throwing in a number here, 7 to 10 leads per day. Okay, that's the nice thing about utilizing AI, is because it's going to add predictability and control. So now you know, okay, if for example, I would like to attract, throwing in a number here, if I would like to attract, let's say 20 plus families, let's assume that this home is a family home. If I want to attract 20 plus families and I, on average, am getting 7 to 10 leads per day with my targeted ad of people from the ages of 50 plus who've been looking at property, or you can also upload your database to get them to see your ad. Now you know, okay, if I'm getting 7 to 10 leads per day, hey, let's try and push to get 100 leads, okay, in total. Let's push to get 100 leads so that 20% of them are the right families that are actually going to come to the house, to the show house. That is the pure purpose and the reason why I like AI and predictability. AI is because it provides predictability and it provides control, because you can run targeted ads to a particular area, which is, let's say the show house is in Hyde Park. Then you can target areas that you want homeowners that live in those areas who will then be able to see your ad. You can boil it down to the number of people that you want to see your ad on a consistent basis, bring it down to age range and the fact that they'll be looking at property. And on top of that, you can also utilize your database to run ads specifically to that database. Then the AI system will then tell you how many leads you can get on a day-to-day basis based on the eyeballs that you're receiving. And then now it's just a case of numbers. If you know that you're getting 100 leads per week, then you just run your ad for 2 weeks, promote your show house for 2 weeks, and then you know for a fact that you have a good solid 20% of those people who would have a very high propensity of actually closing or qualifying for that particular home and getting people straight to that show house and getting that OTP. All right. So if you got a lot of value from that, guys, and you want to learn exactly how to utilize this, go and check out my Instagram and my Facebook. I've linked it in the description. Personally send me a message, just say AI, and I'll send you some free training that you can utilize where you can start getting more people into your show houses right now, guys. This training will definitely help change your life and change your business. I'll see you guys in the next video.